Here, Eddie Pennington here, and his smooth renditions of Merle Travis style music, and singing and picking, and the young folks coming along with it as well. They're from Princeton, Kentucky, and we're mighty glad to have them with us today. And without further ado, let me bring on the Pennington.
Thank you. We're going to do a little Merle Travis picking here. I'm going to start off and pick you a Travis tune before we get going good. There's a little song I'm going to do called Walking the Strings to get my fingers warmed up a little bit. That's one of Merle Travis's pieces and all. Of course, Merle Travis come right over here in Muhlenberg County, Kentucky, and most of us Kentucky folks are real proud of Merle Travis. Now we're thankful we had somebody like that to come out of our part of the country for the fact that he shed light on our area through his coal mining songs and through his guitar playing and all the other influences that he had. But there were some fellows over in that area that taught him some things and all. And in fact, the fellow that taught Merle Travis, I was fortunate enough to know him and learn a lot of things from him. He's called Mose Rager. And we do a lot of things and all to try to keep this tradition going of thumb picking, what we call this style playing, where you use most of the time your thumb and index finger in picking. Merle Travis brought it to the world, and later Chet Atkins brought it forth, and a lot of people have heard it through Chet's work, and then a lot of other guitar players have took it and they use it commercially and everything else, but it all comes back to West Kentucky. Now I'm going to have my son, this is Alonzo Pennington, and we're going to pick you the tune we call the national anthem of thumb pickers, called the Cannonball Rag. you. Let's see if I can get up here. I have a lot of trouble from what a lot of guitar players don't have. My guitar sticks out closer to the mic. I hadn't figured out why, but I don't ever scratch the back of a guitar with a belt buckle. A lot of people messed them up. Me and Lonzo are going to do a coal mining tune right now for you, called a 9-pound hammer. Well, the 9-pound hammer is a little too heavy for my size. For my size, I'm going on the mountain, going to see my baby, and I ain't coming back. Well, I ain't coming back. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when my wheels don't go? Roll on, buddy, pull your load of coal. How can I pull when my wheels don't go? Pick her, Lonzo. When I was 11. It's a long way from Harlan, mighty long way to Hazard, just to get a little brew, just to get a little brew. Now when I'm long gone, you can make my tombstone out of number 9 coal, out of number 9 coal. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when my wheels don't go? Roll on, buddy, pull your load of coal. How can I pull when my wheels don't go? Hammer, it killed John Henry, but it won't get me, ain't gonna get me, 'cause I'm just a poor boy, a long way from home, down in Tennessee, down in Tennessee. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when my wheels don't go? We're going to teach you a new way to spell Kentucky, or a new way to spell paradise right now. We're bringing the other part of our group up here. She gets privileged. She gets to sit out and rest part of the time. But here's Rosebud. She's going to do Kentucky Means Paradise.
Take
while you got that fiddle there, play him a good breakdown. Do him a little Arkansas Traveler. I'm gonna let them cool off a minute, and if I don't run too many people off, I'm gonna do one for my buddy Doc Cogswell back here. I'm gonna do him one called "Information Please." This is Merle Travis wrote a lot of songs with a lot of deep meaning, and here's one of them. He wrote about the telephone. You love just like a telephone, so ring all you please. But before I take my receiver down, give me information, please. You're old enough that you should know about the birds and bees. Why do you keep me up a pole? Give me information, please. I thought I had your number and everything was fine, till I got interference from a dead cat on the line. That busy signal leaves me cold, and I tell you, I think I'll freeze if I don't turn your damper down. Give me information, please. That other party on the line keeps a cutting in on me. Tell me what's he got that I ain't got. Information, please. You whisper sweet words in my ears, but every time I start to squeeze, I see long distance in your eyes. Information, please. And I've seen too many for me. Your name's in that writing on the wall. Looks to me like you've been making a lot of local calls. That, don't you know, I hate to get down on my knees, but just to keep the record straight, give me information, please. It's a-getting crowded in this room with troubles such as these. But honey, just to know the truth, give me information, please. Thank you. Let me pick you another one while Rosebud's getting ready to sing one for you. I'll pick you up. A good Merle Travis tune called "I'll See You in My Dreams." think Rosebud's going to do a little Bill Bailey.
Won't you come home, Bill Bailey? Won't you come home? I'm on the whole night long. I'll do the cooking, honey. I'll pay the rent. I know I've done you wrong. Remember that rainy evening I threw you out with nothing but a fine tooth comb. I know it's a shame, and I know I'm to blame. Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? Won't you come home, Bill Bailey? Won't you come home? I'm on the whole night long. I'll do the cooking, honey. I'll pay the rent. I know I've done you wrong. Remember those rainy evenings I threw you out with nothing but a fine tooth comb. I know it's a shame, and I know I'm to blame. Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? Thank you.
Now, if there's any in the crowd that knows anything about Travis picking or knows any tunes that you want to hear or something, if I know it, if you holler it out, I'll try to play it for you, or I may even fake it. The what?
Wildwood flower.
Wildwood flower? I'll let Lonzo get his guitar and help me here on this one. We play this one 2 or 3 different ways. Merle played it sort of jazzed up. Does that sound sort of like it? Get Lonzo to do a coal mining song. Believe it or not, we've got a few people in the crowd that we had this morning. I'm not used to that repeat customers. Most time once is enough. But we've had a big time over here today, and you be quiet a minute while I'm talking. He thinks I'm just a bus driver, but I'm still daddy too. We're having a big time over here today. We're going to be back tomorrow, and I hope a lot of you all can be back again with us and all. Gonna do an old coal mining song now that Merle wrote that really got a lot of meaning in it, called Dark as a Dungeon.
Come and listen, you fellows so young and so fine, to seek not your fortune in the dark dreary mine, where the demons of death often come by surprise, and the fall of the slate, and you're buried alive, where it's dark as a dungeon and damp as the dew, where the danger is double and the pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon, way back in the mines. There is many a man that I've known in my days, who've just lived to labor his whole life away, like a thief with his dope and a drunkard his wine. Man will have lust for the lure of the mind, where it's dark as a dungeon and damp as the dew, where the danger is double and the pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon, we're back in the mines. I hope I'm gone and the ages shall roll. My body will blacken and turn into coal. Then I'll look from the door of my heavenly home and pity the miner a digging my bones, where it's dark as a dungeon and damp as the dew, where the danger is double and the pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon, way back in the mines.
I'm going to do a little song now, and I'm not going to dedicate it to my wife. I won't even look over where she's at or nothing. But here's a little song Merle said he never did dedicate to anybody, called That Fat Gal of Mine. She keeps me warm in the winter, shady in the summertime. That's what I like about that fat gal of mine. And when I see my landlord, so much of her has the biggest time. I save all the jokes for that fat gal of mine. She's my shelter in the time of storms. I held a skelter right under her arm. She's a beauty if you look at her face, and you shouldn't be looking any other place. Warm in the winter, shady in the summertime. That's what I like about that fat gal of mine. And when she's tickled, so much of her has the biggest time. I save all my jokes for that fat gal of mine. She's never fickle. You better put your name on the dotted line anytime you mess with a big fat gal like mine. Now y'all listen to this part. This is a serious part of this one. Well, this hard time talk don't bother me. I keep as happy as a honey bee. If things gets rough and times gets hard, I'll render that gal and sell a lard. Warm in the winter, shady in the summertime. That's what I like about that fat gal of mine. Thank you. Get Lonzo and Rosebud to fiddle a little Faded Love for you now. This is my wife down here. She helps with the band a whole lot too. This is going to be something a little bit different, but you all look at me like you're slowed down out there, and I think you need to participate a little bit. Alonzo's got a tune here that's going to put you to participate. It ain't thumb picking, and it ain't folk, but it's traditional. I think it's Chuck Berry. Tell them what you're going to do to them, Lonzo. Make them join in.
Well, I'm going to do a song called My Ding-a-Ling, and listen to the first part of it. And if you don't sing on the choruses when Rosebud sings, you'll be in trouble at the end of the song, and I guarantee you won't like it. It may be funny, but it'll be embarrassing too. So I would sing. When I was a little bitty boy, my grandmother bought me a cute little toy. Silver bells hanging on her string. She told me it was my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Sing, my ding-a-ling, won't you play with my ding-a-ling? Y'all are pitiful. My ding-a-ling, won't you play with my ding-a-ling? I've had 4 or 5 people not to sing before, but this is ridiculous. The whole crowd. You can do better than that. Mommy took me to grammar school while I stopped off in the vestibule. Every time when that bell would ring, you'd catch me ringing my ding-a-ling-a-ling. My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling, won't you play with my ding-a-ling? My ding-a-ling, come on, sing. My ding-a-ling, won't you play with my... I can't hear me. I hear this group over here because they know what happens. Well, once I was climbing the garden wall, I slipped and had one terrible fall. I fell so hard I heard bells ring. I held on to my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Come on, sing. My ding-a-ling, won't you play with my... I don't hear you. My ding-a-ling, you ain't gonna be happy at the end. Won't you play with my ding-a-ling? Y'all don't know that chorus very well or something. I'm not hearing many people sing. We're gonna try that chorus again. Alright, we're gonna let y'all sing. We're not gonna sing. Y'all sing. Alright. My ding-a-ling, won't you play with my ding-a-ling? My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling, won't you play with my ding-a-ling? That's better. Yeah. I'll accept that one. That's not good enough for the end of it. Well, once I was swimming across the Turtle Creek, and man, them snappers all around my feet. Oh, sure was a hard swimming across that thing with both hands to hold my ding-a-ling-a-ling. My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling, won't you play with my ding-a-ling? Sing, ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling. People over here not singing. My ding-a-ling. Well, I warned you, too late. I guarantee you'll sing after this. I'm gonna dedicate this version to those who would not sing. Everybody that didn't sing. So, you asked for it. Here you go. Well, this here song ain't so sad. It's the cutest little song you ever had. Those of you who would not sing must have been playing with your own ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling, won't you play with my ding-a-ling? My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling, won't you play with my ding-a-ling? Bet you'll sing next time. Your own ding-a-ling, your own ding-a-ling, we saw you playing with your ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling, I wanna play with my ding-a-ling. Well, last year, me and my baseball team, well, we played the Redskins.
How'd you do?
Beat the skins off of them. Then we played the White Sox.
How'd you do?
Beat the socks off of them. Then we played the Astros.
How'd you do?
It got rained out. Last summer, in the summer of '88, when they had that big old fire up there in Yellowstone, it was so dry up that summer up there, the cows were giving powdered milk.
That's what you call entertaining while you're making a change.
Change entertainment.
Well, that sounds good. I think I'll take that home with me. Well, I tell you what, let's give that sound man a hand. Hey, he's doing a job out there. Now, I'm an undertaker by profession, and don't none of you come up here wanting special deals or nothing, because I ain't got any today. Probably wouldn't, if I offered half off, wouldn't none of you want to take it this weekend. I know I've got a few undertakers in the crowd. Was there any preachers in the crowd? Oh, they all scared to come around us undertakers. I would be too if they're doing everybody like they did me. One day I stand in the back of the chapel when the service was about over, and preacher was preaching real hard, and he said, there won't be no undertakers in heaven, and pointed me out. And I don't know what he knowed, but anyhow, I dedicate this little song to the preachers. No, I couldn't make it out to preachers, but I do have a lot of fun out of this song. This is called That's All. See if it ain't a lot of truth in it. Now, fella, let's see, I done started wrong. I gotta do like Mose Raker. I got started all over again. Paul Yandel plays for Chet Atkins, calls it mental block when you get like this. I call it just forgetting. Oh, I've got it now. Some people go to school to learn how to teach, and others go to school trying to learn how to preach. Now, if you can't preach without going to school, you ain't a preacher, you a educated fool, and that's all. That's all. You better change your way of living for the good Lord's sake, that's all. Now, fella, I know, now he's a miser man. He keeps trying to make all the money that he can. Now, when that old undertaker lays that man down, where's he gonna spend that money? Under the ground, and that's all. That's all. You better change your way of living for the good Lord's sake. That's all. I'm gonna pick it. And see if his part ain't true. The man comes from monkeys, so some people say. The good book don't quite tell it that way. Now if you believe them monkey tales, a lot of people do, I'd rather be that monkey brother than you, and that's all. That's all. You better change your way of living for the good Lord's sake, that's all. My little song's finished, my little song's through. I didn't necessarily mean to sing it all to you, but if you don't like the way this little song goes, it's a mighty good sign of being a tromping on your toes, and that's all. That's all. You better change your way of living for the good Lord's sake, that's all. And that's all. I think it's not too hot that Lonzo couldn't play another good breakdown and Rosebud dance a little bit for us. What do y'all think about that?
Yeah.
I ain't heard the Orange Blossom Special today. Any of y'all heard that?
No.
I'd like to hear it. Catch the steam off that. Let me do you one of Merle Travis's original tunes. I'm gonna set that around that side. Maybe I won't. I'm gonna get me one of them fat man stands next time. You've all heard about John Henry, I'm sure. Probably heard it today a time or two. I think I done it once. But how many of you know that John Henry had a boy? Not very many of you, did you? Well, this is about John Henry Jr. John Henry Jr. wasn't nothing like his dad. He never worked a day in his life. He bummed on the streets and he slept in a pool room. But he made his living shooting dice. Little Johnny, he made his living shooting dice. John Henry Jr. had a heavy-hipped gal. She'd kneel with him down on the floor. Yeah, Jody picked the cotton in the forks of the branch. Every time a Junior rolled a four, little Joe. Every time Junior rolled a four. There's gambling one night in the hook joint room. The stakes they was mighty high. The big man, he looked at little Junior and he said, boy, give me back that money before you die. Lord, Lordy, give me back that money before you die. John Henry Jr. grabbed the money from the pot. He headed right straight for the door. That big man, he slashed him with a switchblade knife. Junior, he won't gamble anymore. Junior, he won't gamble anymore. Now poor Junior's gal, when they told her the news, she's hanging out her clothes on the line. She just shook her head, and this is what she said. Said you can't roll a seven every time. No, can't roll a seven every time. They buried little Junior in the graveyard. They laid him down by his daddy. Put a tombstone between them, and this was what was wrote. Here lies the good and the bad, poor boys. Here lies the good and the bad. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a big time us being here with you all day. We're going to do one more and clear out here, but we'll be back in the morning at 10:30 somewhere. And hope you all come back and enjoy the big festivities tomorrow. They're going to rededicate the park and all. well, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
The Penningtons from Princeton, Kentucky. Thank you so much. Eddie Pennington, Alonzo, and Rosebud. They're going to be back.
To welcome you to this portion of the Folk Life program. I also want to remind you that I certainly hope you're enjoying yourself. Partly, yes, thank you. Partly because it's your tax dollars at work here. This program is partly funded by the National Endowment for the Arts, the Folk Arts Program. A very remarkable use of federal money to support the kinds of arts that grow up around the country in each region, each community, that somehow specially, when I started doing field work around here, people would say, oh, are you one of the Bradys from so-and-so? And I'd say, well, I'm a Brady from Maryland, I guess. That goes for the music as well. Folk music has genealogies just like people have genealogies. A finger-picking style, we know at least back to the turn of this century. It was a remarkable style where the bass would be defined by the thumb and pick up the melody with the fingers. And early on, it was particularly characteristic as a black style. But it was such an appealing style of music that a number of musicians picked it up, and some of the significant black musicians who represent this style were Arno Schultz from up around Rosine and Mose Rager. Now those of you who know your country music history are undoubtedly familiar with the name of Merle Travis, who was a true legend in his time. There are relatively few musicians who themselves establish a musical style that becomes associated with their name permanently. You have your Jimmy Rogers, you have your Chet Akins, and you also have your Merle Travis. We are particularly proud to have Eddie Pennington and his family. Eddie learned his thumb-picking style from Mose Rager, as did Merle Travis. He is a fine, fine musician. We don't present him here at all as a Merle Travis clone, but as a very fine representative of a traditional Kentucky style, and we are particularly happy to see that this style is being carried on in his own family by his son Alonzo and his daughter Rosebud, who is learning fiddle. Both Alonzo and Rosebud play fiddle, and Alonzo is a remarkable young guitarist. It's a great pleasure to present this family to you. They are from the Princeton area, and I think that you will really enjoy it. And I want you to particularly listen for the elegance of this style. Listen to the way Eddie makes it sound easy, because believe me, it's not. The Penningtons.
Thank you, Dr. Brady. I tell you what, if all of my teachers in college had been as pretty and young looking as that, I might have been more attentive in class, but I probably wouldn't have done any better. Well, being this is Sunday morning and all, and I know a lot of you hadn't had a chance to go to church, we hadn't either, we're going to play a little religious tune that Merle Travis did. I'm going to dedicate it to my buddy I saw over here on the end. We're going to do I'm a Pilgrim. Lonzo's going to sing it, and we're both going to pick on it. While we're on some gospel tunes, Merle Travis done another pretty gospel tune. He sang it, and I don't know the words to it. Wish I had this fellow to sing. It was in this group right before me. He could really handle us, but here's a little bit of Precious Lord, Take My Hand. Thank you. That'd be good. Those don't like ours. You don't have to try to be on your turn. It's called I'm a Child of God. Now we're going to bring another part of the family. Music in families, a lot of people say, well, it's heredity or something like that, but I believe it's just being around it. You take several generations, each one plays, and the other one hears it enough till it gets in his head, and then he can play it himself. And here's what was my biggest influence in music. Just walked up here. This is my dad, Norman Pennington, and he and Lonzo are going to play a little bit of the Old Rugged Cross for you. Just step over here. hear another hand from my dad there. I think he does a good job with that. Now we're gonna do you a little bit of Merle Travis stuff now. Do a little patriotic tune here. We're going to raise a big flag after a while. Now here's, you can apply thumb picking to anything that you want to play, and here's a tune that I've applied it to some. If you want to sing along with us and just rear back and feel free to. Now we're going to play the national anthem of thumb picking, that is. We're going to play the Cannonball Rag. We've talked about Mose Rager quite a bit, and I hadn't played anything that he played very much while I was here. And I'm going to play a tune we call Moses Blues. It used to be guitar blues, but after Mose played it so well and all, everybody just sort of adopted that name. And here's a little bit of that thing. Now, Merle Travis, of course, we was raised in the heart of coal country over in West Kentucky.
Get out of that song.
And one of the songs and all, it really describes things and all a lot, is a 9-pound hammer. We're going to do that for you. Well, the 9-pound hammer is a little too heavy for my size. Only for my size. I'm going on the mountain, going to see my baby, and I ain't coming back. No, I ain't coming back. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when my wheels don't go? Roll on, buddy, pull your load of coal. How can I pull when my wheels don't go? Long way from Harlan, mighty long way from Hazard, just to get a little brew, just to get a little brew. Now when I'm long gone, you can make my tombstone out of number 9 coal, out of number 9 coal. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when my wheels don't go? Roll on, buddy, pull your load of coal. How can I pull when my wheels don't go? John Henry, but he won't get me. No, it won't get me, 'cause I'm just a poor boy, a long way from home, down in Tennessee, down in Tennessee. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when my wheels don't go? Roll on, buddy, pull your load of coal. How can I pull when my wheels don't go? I'm going to let Lonzo pick you a little bit of Moses Walking Blues while I change over and get my flat top guitar here. The sun's drawed the vinegar out of it. This don't cost any extra. This is going to be Long Lost John from Bowling Green. Anybody here from Bowling Green? Oh, I'm not going to dedicate it to you, or you either. I think he was running around up Bowling Green back when I used to go to school over about 16 years ago. Here he is. Well, ugliest fella that I ever seen's Long Lost John. Bowling Green, no hat on his head, no shoes on his feet. He's a begging the women for his bread and his meat. One woman said, "John, what can you eat?" Said, "49 biscuits and a ham of meat." He's long gone. He's long gone. He's long gone from Bowling Green. Now Lost John sitting on a railroad track, he's waiting for a freight train to come back. Freight train come on, skipping and flying, he missed a cow catcher, but he caught the blind. He's long gone. He's long gone. He's long gone from Bowling Green. Now Lost John went in a woman's house, just walked right in as quiet as a mouse. Woman said, Lost John, get yourself a chair and we'll send the board of a bucket of beer. Never mind the bucket and never but the beer, cause the hound's on the trail and can't stay here, got to get along. He's long gone from Bowling Green. Supposed to clap there they did over there yesterday when I did all that. Thank you, music lovers. Yeah, the ugliest fellow that I ever seen is long lost John in Bowling Green. His eyes was red and his guns was blue. Lord, I must keep that fella in view. Gotta get along. He's long gone from Bowling Green. Now, as you know, all songs have a serious part and a meaning, and here's the serious part of this one. Now Lost John went to a burlesque show. He picked out a seat down on the front row. Now the girls come out and they done a little dance. They carried him away in the ambulance. He's long gone lost John from Bowling Green. Hey, thank you. Oh, something coming over the wire service here.
His son keeps falling out the raft.
Yeah. Says, you know, son follows beauty.
We better do that one after a while. Back here in the shade, I haven't played that one since I was about Alonzo's age, but I'll play it for you backstage after a while. I'm gonna try it for him anyhow. Heck, I'm silly enough to try anything once. Here's Jimmy Brown, the Newsboy. I can't sing it, but I'm gonna try to pick it. Is that it? I'm gonna do you a tune that a lot of you have heard now called Jordan, I'm a Hard Road to Travel. I think it's done different ways. Every county had its own version, but anyhow, here's sort of how I learned it. Well, I looked to the east and I looked to the west. I saw old master coming. 6 old horses hitched to the plow. I wish I was on the other side of Jordan. Take off your coat, boys, roll up your sleeves. Jordan, I'm a hard road to travel. Take off your coat, boys, and roll up your sleeve. And Jordan, I'm a hard road to travel, I believe. Well, I went into town just the other day to settle up some business according. Street so cold, I wish I'd have stayed back on the other side of Jordan. Take off your coat, boys, and roll up your sleeves. Jordan, I'm a hard road to travel. Take off your coat, boys, and roll up your sleeves. And Jordan, I'm a hard road to travel, I believe. Well, David and Goliath, they had an argument. They went off to settle it according. David hit Goliath in the top of the head, and you could hear it on the other side of Jordan. Take off your coat, boys, and roll up your sleeves. Jordan, I'm a hard road to travel. Take off your coat, boys, and roll up your sleeves. And Jordan, I'm a hard road to travel, I believe. Now Adam and Eve was in the Garden of Eden, a hoeing on a row of tomatoes. He dealt off a jack from the bottom of the pack, and she hit him in the face with the mater. Take off your coat, boys, and roll up your sleeves. In Jordan, now my hard road to travel. Take off your coat, boys, and roll up your sleeves. In Jordan, now my hard road to travel, I believe. Well, I looked to the east, I looked to the west, I saw two women a-fighting. One shouted out, this ain't a fair fight, 'cause that old gal is a-biting. Take off your coat, boys, and roll up your sleeves. In Jordan, now my hard road to travel. Take off your coat, boys, and roll up your sleeves. In Jordan, now my hard road to travel, I believe. Here's one, a fresh one I ain't done. This Sunday morning, this is about a preacher. I'm hard on preachers. I done a tune yesterday called That's All. I dedicated it to the preacher, but this is about the preacher and the bear. My version of it, there's several different versions, but here it is. Well, the preacher went out a-walking, it was on Sunday morning. Of course it was against his religion, but still he took his gun along. Well, he shot himself some mighty fine quail and one little old measly hare. On his way returning home, he met a great big grizzly bear. Well, the bear sat down in the middle of the road just as mean as he could be. Well, the preacher commenced to climbing right up a persimmon tree. Well, the bear sat down, he rolled his eyes and shook his ugly head. Preacher looked up to the sky, and these are the words he said. He said, Lord, you delivered Daniel from the lion's den. You delivered Jonah from the belly of the whale, and then you freed the Hebrew children from the fire furnace like the good books do declare. Lordy, Lordy, if you can't have me, for goodness sakes, don't you have that bear. Well, the bear commenced to climb in that tree, and that made the preacher sore. The preacher, he climbed still higher, till he could not climb anymore. Well, about that time the limb gave way, and both came tumbling down. When that old preacher began to pray, you could hear him for miles around. He said, Lord, you delivered Daniel from the lion's den. You delivered Jonah from the belly of the whale, and then you freed the Hebrew children from the fire furnace like the good books do declare. Lordy, Lordy, if you can't have me, for goodness sakes, don't you have that bear. Well, they fought all the way to the river. It was a terrible fight. Well, that bear, he was really laying it on, but old preacher, he was doing all right. Well, he dragged that beast right into the water. It was 3 times in and out. When that old bear got up and limped away, that preacher began to shout. He said, Lord, you delivered Daniel from the lion's den. You delivered Jonah from the belly of the whale, amen. Well, it may not seem like much to you where you sit up there, but the hardest job I ever done is when I baptized that old bear. I'm going to pull the rest of the group back out here now. We're going to do a little tune or two. Hey, let's brighten things up a little bit. We're in West Kentucky here. This is central western Kentucky. But we're going to do one, you know, not only do we have Merle Travis and bluegrass and everything to come out of this region right over here in West Kentucky, but part of rock and roll come from over there too. What the rock and roll people say, that the Everly Brothers is a great big influence in early rock and roll and all. And we help every year with their festival over in Central City, Kentucky. It's held usually Labor Day weekend and all. And we have Home of the Legends thumb picking weekend along with the Everly Brothers Festival. Thank you, Rosie. So I'm going to get Lonzo and Rosebud to do your Everly Brothers tune our style. We call it Wake Up Little Susie.
And we, the moon is over, it's 4 o'clock and we're in trouble deep. Wake up, little Susie, wake up, little Susie. What you gonna tell your mama? What you gonna tell your pop? What you gonna tell our friends when they say, ooh la la? Wake up, little Susie, wake up, little Susie, wake up, little Susie. Well, I told your mama that you'd be in by 10. Well, Susie, baby, looks like we goofed again. Wake up, little Susie, wake up, little Susie, we gotta go home. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. The movie wasn't so hot, well, it didn't have much of a plot. We fell asleep, our gooses cooked, our reputation is shot. Wake up, little Susie, wake up, little Susie. What you gonna tell your mama? What you gonna tell your pop? What you gonna tell our friends when they say, ooh la la? Wake up, little Susie, wake up, little Susie, wake up, little Susie.
Doing this.
Standing on a mountain looking down on the city, the way I feel is a doggone pity. Tears drops are falling down a mountainside. Many times I've been here, many times I cried. Used to be so happy then the world was love. High on a mountain of love. Night after night as I stand here all alone, weeping my heart till the cold gray dawn. Hoping that you're lonely and you'll come here. Hoping by the chance that I'll get a glimpse of you. Trying hard to find you somewhere to love. High on a mountain of love. Mountain of love, mountain of love. You should be ashamed. You used to be a mountain of love, but you just changed your name. Way down below there's a happy lane, going somewhere there's a church with a big cross. And inside the church there's an altar full of flowers. Wedding bells are ringing and they should have been hours. That's why I'm so lonely, dreams high on a mountain of love. Mountain of love, mountain of love. You should be ashamed. You used to be a mountain of love, but you just changed your name. Way down below there's a 500,000 people, and somewhere there's a church with a big cross. And inside the church there's an altar full of flowers. Wedding bells are ringing and they should have been hours. That's why I'm so lonely. Dreams can't stop. High on a mountain of love. High on a mountain of love. High on a mountain of love.
Let me do another coal mining song for you my dad wanted me to do today. My dad spent 35 years underground in the mines and worked, and coal was about that high up to almost where you could straighten up in it. So you imagine walking around that many years and running equipment and all in that. But he liked it, and most of them did. And I think this song describes coal miners pretty good. It's called Black Gold.
There's a breed of man that I know well, 'cause we are kith and kin, from the pearly gates to the brink of hell. You'll find these weary men, their youth flies fast, but then alas, before their time they're old, from danger spent working at the face of cold. Black gold. A certain mark upon these men of some sort is in view, for black coal dust beneath the skin will leave a scar of blue. So on his hands or pallid face a tale in part is told, how he has labored at the face of coal. Black gold. As these men labor at their craft, like snails the hours creep by, oh, hear his empty and hollow laugh, a laugh that hides a cry, but not a cry that brings a tear. Each man is brave and bold, or he would not be digging here for coal. Black gold. There's a breed of man that I know well, a man black gold allures, and more than human tongue can tell, hardships he's endured. Each line upon his face engraved from nature's special mold, a man who sweated, worked and slaved for coal. Black gold. Thanks. Now we're going to end up here. We've enjoyed being with you all this morning, and I'll hang around. They got something going around all day long. We're going to have all kinds of festivities. Going to shoot a cannon. Twice. And
Throwing leaves off for it.
And we'll be back this afternoon at 4:30 over under the white tent. Any of you wants to come back and join us, and all, we look forward to seeing you. So we're going to get these fiddles out, and we're going to do Boil Them Cabbage Down, end up here. It's been good being with you this morning.
I thought the war was over. Hope they don't point that thing at us. I didn't think it was that bad. I went up on the mountain just to get my horn a blow. Thought I heard my true love say, "Yonder comes my bow." Boil them cabbage down, turn them hoe cakes round. The only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. Took my gal to a blacksmith shop to get her mouth made small. She turned around a time or two, swallowed the shop and all. Boil them cabbage down, turn them hoe cakes round. The only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. A possum up a persimmon tree, a raccoon on the ground. That raccoon said, "You son of a gun, shake them simmons down." Boil them cabbage down, turn them hoe cakes round. The only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. Someone stole my old coon dog, I wish they would bring him back. They chased the big hogs through the fence, the little ones through the crack. Boil them cabbage down, turn them hoe cakes round. The only song that I can sing is boil them cabbage down. Hope they don't fire that thing again. Shakes the whole ground.
this morning. We'll see you this evening, 4:30, over under the white tent.